Here are solutions to homework set number 9 for ECE 376 Embedded Systems. This homework set looks at using timer 2 interrupts with a PIC 18F4620 microcontroller. Now the first problem is generate a precise frequency using interrupts. What interrupts do is they're subroutines called by hardware. I can set up a timer 2 to interrupt every n clocks. To output 155.56 Hertz, calculate n. N is 10 million divided by 2 times Hertz, or I want to interrupt every 32,141 clocks. To do that, I need to come up with A, B, and C. This is how timer 2 works. N is A times B times C. Under the constraints that A is a number between 1 and 16, B is an integer between 1 and 256, and C is an integer either 1, 4, or 16. Now, a lot of ways of doing this. What I did is I just threw a MATLAB program together, went through every permutation and found out which combination is closest. And it turns out A of 8, B is 1251, C is 16 is the best you can do. In that case, N is 32,128. A little bit wrong, but that's the best I can do. The corresponding frequency, instead of being 155.55 Hertz, is 155.62 Hertz. Now to set that up, I set up T2con and PR2. PR2 is just B minus 1. T2con contains A and C. So here's how T2con is encoded. These 4 bits are A, these 2 bits are C. So A minus 1 is this number. To have A of 8, I write binary 7 to these 4 bits. Here's my enable bit. 1, 1 is 16. So T2con is split this down the middle. High byte is 3, low byte is F. Write 3F to T2con. So this should initialize timer 2 for 155.62 Hertz. If I try that, let's go into MPLAB, take my code. So here's the code. Well, here's the main routine. Here's the T2con 3F PR2. That's all I really care about. Compile that puppy, build, download. I'll hit reset. Try again, reset, program. And then here's my PIC board along with the piano tuner app. As I hit the button, should be 155.55 Hertz. Piano tuner's got a little bit of trouble with that. Frequency counter would show it's basically dead on. It's actually really, really close to 155.62 Hertz. The reason being is that's the best I can do with that N, A times B times C. So with that, I got a 1-key piano. You can play along with your favorite Talking Heads album. Nice thing about interrupts is notice I didn't have to do all the monkey work that I did with C. I don't have to sit there and iterate, try to get the timing right. I can calculate. Calculate N, A, B, and C to give you N. Once I know N, I've got the frequency. That's the beauty of timer 2 interrupts. You can specify precisely the time between interrupts. And corresponding code. So here the interrupt, again, just get in, get out. I toggle the bit, leave. This just gives me 2 pins. This one's always on. This pin's on, only when I hit the button. Set up the interrupt, and the main routine's really not doing anything. Okay, problem 1. Problem 2 is let's build a metronome. I want to output a beat at a precise rate, and I want to have the resolution of 1 millisecond. Do that using interrupts. So here's the main part of it. I'll set up timer 2 for 1 millisecond. I'll then specify a random number for beats per minute, calculate the period. This is the number of milliseconds that corresponds to. And the interrupt sequence routine, then I'll just count. Every interrupt I count. If I get to the period, I'll reset to 0. And then for 10 milliseconds, I'll toggle RA1, otherwise turn it off. So here's what that looks like. Going to here, I will now include a different file, metronome. compile, download, hit reset, program. Once the code's downloaded, it should be a metronome. So that's a metronome at 60 beats per minute. Let's just for fun make that, oops, wrong code. Got a metronome. Let's change this to 73 beats per minute. Sometimes it's easiest just hard code the random number. And this is 73 beats per minute. Now to verify it, this is where oscilloscopes are nice. Put that on an oscilloscope. This is one that we're checking out for use in Circuits 1, Circuits 2 electronics. A FIRSI oscilloscope multimeter signal generator. I kind of like it for 85 bucks on Amazon. So there you have the timing. This is 60 beats per minute, once a second. I get a beat. Okay, that leads to the fun problem part of the assignment. Drummer trainer. Write a program that'll output a tempo that you want to keep up. So about the same code, I am going to interrupt every 1 millisecond. I'll have a global variable called period. That's how many milliseconds for the beat that I want. Wrap around, make that a ring counter. For the first 10 milliseconds, I'll toggle, get you this sound. And if I'm at 10, I'll decrement a counter to 0, stop at 0. So this is how many beats I want to output. The main routine then will set N2 to 10, so I'll put 10 beats, wait for the 10 beats to finish, and then I'll wait for your button pushes. When I hit a button, I'll record the time of the button push, time of the previous push, then spit out, this is the time between button pushes. That's a measure of how well I'm able to keep a tempo. So let's add this code. This is my drummer. This is kind of saying, can you be the next Ringo Starr? Ringo Starr was really, really good at maintaining a beat. How good are you at maintaining a beat? So we'll take that code, download it. And here's what it looks like. It gives me 10 beats at the tempo that I want. And it's my job to maintain that tempo. From now on, I'm trying to maintain that tempo, and it's telling me this is the number of milliseconds between button pushes. You can see that I'm not all that accurate. It's also showing that data over here. What I can do is collect the data, send it to the clipboard, copy that into MATLAB. When I do that, here's my data. Let's see. Given the 10 beats, here's the mean standard deviation. With 10 data points, if I want to have 90% confidence interval, the t-score for 9 degrees of freedom, 5% tails is 1.8333. So I'll take the mean plus minus 1.833 standard deviations. That gives me the 90% confidence interval. So for me, when I was trying to do 60 beats per minute, 1 millisecond, or 1,000 milliseconds, my tempo was between 857 milliseconds and 1,078. So I'm not real consistent. I'm not as good as Ringo Starr. The last one is, can you keep a beat? Go for an entire minute and see, are you keeping a nice, constant tempo? It annoys the other musicians if you're speeding up or slowing down. It should stay constant. Can you do that? Well, I basically did that same thing, let it run for a minute, and here is what I was doing as I recorded it. Not bad, not great. I'm not a professional drummer by any means. From this, I can sit there and say things like, are the first 20 beats different than the last 20 beats? Am I speeding up or slowing down? Well, that's a t-test. So here I can take the first 20 data points, the last 20 data points, find the mean, standard deviation, and here's what it looks like. Here's the start, here's the end. Looks like I'm actually slowing down a little bit. I can do a test. Am I slowing down? What's the probability that a random number from the second population is less than a random number from the first population? So I take the difference in the two populations, create a new distribution W that's A minus B. The mean of W is the difference in the means. The variance of W is the sum of the means. The t-score is the ratio. T-score is 0.5. So this says, here's what the distribution W looks like. The mean is 31. I was 31 milliseconds faster initially than at the end. I was slowing down. The area of the tail is this guy right here. From a t-table with 19 degrees of freedom, t-score of 5.511, the tail has an area of 30%. So 30% of the beats are slower initially than at the end. 70% are faster, I think. Or something like that. Longer period versus slower period, shorter period. I want it to be 50-50. If I'm not slowing down, it's 70-30. So I am drifting a little bit. If I want to know the population, overall, am I faster at the end or at the beginning? That's a population question. For populations, you divide the variance by the sample size. So now the distribution for the mean of my first 20 points versus mean of the last 20 points has a difference of 31 milliseconds. I'm going to find out how far that is from 0. That's my t-score. Now the t-score is 2.28. Going to stat track, the area of the tail is 1.6%. It should be 50-50 if I'm keeping the tempo. Looks like I most definitely am slowing down. That's a t-test. So anyway, that is homework set number 9 for 376, trying to measure your tempo. And just for fun, let's do one more. While I got it up, let's pick a random tempo. How about, where'd it go? Let's do 73 beats per minute. Do build. Come over here, download. And see how that works. It's going to give me 10 beats. That lets me set the tempo, and can I maintain it? And that is homework set number 9 for 376. You've got a drummer trainer at this point.